Reflecting today over the circumstances of what's going on in the world, I decided that I didn't need gummies and I didn't need beer or a stronger drink, although those things were tempting, just to numb myself for a little while. But living is about feeling, at least from my perspective. And so I let myself feel. I let myself feel sad. I let myself feel scared. I let myself be afraid. But I refuse to live in fear. There comes a time when you have to recognize that, yeah, I'm afraid, so I'm just going to have to do this while being afraid. And a lot of what got me to where I am today is simply by doing the job, showing up, bringing my cards, doing my work, using the gift that I've been given. And part of that gift is the voice that I have. So instead of the beer, instead of the gummies, I took meditation. I wandered around inside my own head and I decided what was important and what was not. And what is important is defending the rights of others and being there for them when they need for me to be there. There's multiple different ways to do this, both from myself and from you. And then I pulled out my cards and I rehearsed. I practiced so that the art that I'm putting out into the world doesn't suffer from my inability. A lot of momentum just happens from just doing a thing. You have to find the courage to keep moving forward. Your resilience, your soul, your will is indomitable. Whether you get pushed back, whether there is an oppressive tyrant dictator on the horizon, you have to start by being true to yourself. I looked through social media against my better judgment, and I found a lot of it to be a large cesspool. I found a lot of Christian identifying people calling other people names and putting them down. And when their fellow Christians called them on it, they said, well, they would do it to us. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but that does not sound like the tenets of the religion you're embracing. Do unto others the way that they do unto you. I think you're missing the point. But I'm not here to judge you. We all deal with our lives the best way that we can. I feel for you that you've been misled. I feel for you that you have been fooled. As a person who makes a living fooling other people, I do understand how easily it can be done. You hear what you want to hear. One of my favorite quotes from a philosopher is from Kant, who said, we don't see things the way that they are. We see things the way that we are. We are constantly filtering through our own lens the things that we see going on around us. I do my best, and I fail quite a bit, but I do my best to filter things through kindness, through love, through the striving to understand. I also see a lot of posts who are like, we can agree to disagree. But no, my friend, my loved ones, we cannot agree to disagree on rights being taken away. We cannot agree to disagree on people's lives being put in peril. We cannot agree to disagree on certain sections of humanity being oppressed or put down or threatened. We can't. You can feel all these things. You can seek the vengeance, or you could love, I am dismayed by what I see coming from my fellow human beings. Eggs are expensive, so I don't care if there's a felon running the White House. Now, I get it, man. I get it. I have friends. I have dear friends that are felons, that have that flag. I don't believe they should be elected president. I don't think they should be put in the kind of power and temptation that power always blossoms with. Get him the help he needs, but don't put other people's lives in peril. I'm not going to continue on this political bent. I'm simply going to encourage love. And at random, pulled up a card. This one is from the Lightbringers deck, and this is the World. The World signifies the end of a journey and the beginning of a new one. Boy, doesn't that kind of resonate with you today? The end of a journey. We have come through several years of battles, of disagreements, of striving to try to do the right thing. And that is over. It is done with. A decision has been made. The American people have spoken out. Democracy, at least as it stands, the way I understand it right now, did its job. The will of the American people was signified, voted upon, and is being done. Now, whether they were misled, that's a whole different topic. Democracy, for now, is still standing. You are my neighbor, even if you consider yourself to be my enemy. Everything that I believe, everything that I hold dear in the universe that I believe in, tells me that you are my neighbor. I want the best of life for you, but not at the cost of someone else. Someone else's freedom, someone else's right, someone else's life. Life is short. Life is finite. The consciousness, the soul, infinite and forever. And perhaps wisdom comes with that infinity. I don't know. What I know is that I want to do the best I can in the precious short amount of time that I have to do it in. I have the world. I have achieved goals I never expected I would, simply for showing up. Right now is the time to live. Right now is the time to be kind. Right now is the time to make art. I don't know. A critical quality to develop in life is simply the willingness to try to develop in life. You got to find the confidence and get out there and get it done. The spirit is indomitable. The body is what it is, strong or weak or in between. But you got to find the confidence and the love for the craft and the respect of the gift you've been given. But the very first thing is to take the action. Continue the conversation. Try to be rational. Try to be sane. Try to avoid the cesspool. Personally, I think X and Facebook have become the National Enquirer and the Star newspaper of the day. Whatever they publish, some people are going to just freaking believe it. You say it out your mouth, and someone out there is going to believe it. And if you're in a position of authority, even more so. They always want the juicy bits, want to be served the tea. The truth is the truth. Times are going to get rough. Times are going to get rough. But you are strong enough to survive it. You are strong enough to walk forward. You are strong enough. And if you find yourself getting weak, there are people like me that are there for you. Got your back. Still believe in you and your cause and your right to love yourself and other people. We got a foot of snow. We got about a foot of snow, maybe even a little bit more. I didn't go out and measure it myself. I watched the elk and the bears playing in the snow. I watched people walking on my street. I avoided the news. I avoided the social media way much more than I normally do. I created new things. And I checked my own heart. That's what I did today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Think about today instead. Think about this moment instead. I hope there's love where you are. Tell me what you'd like to see on this channel. Tell me what you would like to hear from me. Ask me questions. I promise to answer whatever you ask of me. Give me a sincere question. and I will give you an honest answer from the best of my perspective. Yes, I'm still writing the show. Yes, I'm still doing the show. Nothing as far as my personal life so far has been changed or will. I'm doing the work my hands have been given to do. But I'd like to hear from you. Tell me what you like about what I'm doing. Tell me what you don't like about what I'm doing. I'm not promising I'll change for you. I just like the perspective. I'd like a little more back and forth. That's it. Talk tomorrow. I hope there's love where you are.